Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to the Bears Den. How is everyone doing tonight, guys? Hope you're all having a great night tonight. It is Friday. What in the world's going on? And no, it's not Friday. It's actually what is nope. Okay, for some reason that's just being weird. Why is Discord not... We'll just do that then, seeing how for some reason Discord doesn't want to be captured at the moment. Weird. That, oh, that's why. Oh, God. Oh, that's gonna be priceless. That needs to be clipped. But welcome all you crazy people out there. I'm Rich, he's Alex. We're talking video games tonight. We have our own opinions. Have some beers. Let's get the shit going.
Hey!
Oh, that was a sight to come back to. I was
What's
having
that?
some technical difficulties.
Okay.
Because you changed what channel we're capturing, or we're streaming in, that is, the conversation. So I had to change the channel being captured in OBS.
Oh, no shit.
And I get it corrected right as you're sitting here doing this. It's like,
I mean,
great,
you know,
great.
a par for the course. Hey, hi everyone. Have you guys heard about my new shake weight program that I got going on? Just looking to fucking jerk off some dicks and lose some weight. Hi, Rich's stream. I'm just as charming as always. Takes huge drink of mixed drink. Well,
Things never get old here. That's all I can say.
no. They don't. And that was less than 2 minutes into us talking with it.
Oh, that was even
Sweet jerk
before
off.
we were talking to each
Right.
other.
That actually could be a record.
Yes.
And before he got here, I was asking him, so I have a new ring light, and I turned it on, and I was like, so like the back corner is like a little dark, and I turned it on, and I was like, we just get in, and I was like, so does this make it look like I have an OnlyFans? And he was like, yeah, a little bit. And I was like, well, if I had some more goddamn subs, then maybe I wouldn't have to whore myself out like this. So, you know.
Oh, well.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? So, hi, Rich. How's your week?
Apparently not as crazy as right now. That's for certain.
Tuesday nights, baby.
Yeah.
And there's Bill. Hi, Bill.
Yep, there's the hubby.
Hi, Bill.
He says hello.
So it was kind of a quiet week. So I did a little bit more digging today. So we have more like small, like little things to talk about. Not nearly any super lame long topics, which is pretty cool.
I've got like one potential, and that's we can get to that later, kind of a thing. I don't want to lead off with that because that potentially can spark huge.
Dude, I'm into talking about jacking off right now. I'm not really in the headspace to like go real serious, like like a manual car. Like I don't want to go from first all the way to fourth. You know, like I need to go through the gears.
Unfortunately, none of these stories I have involve jacking off.
Not yet.
Wow.
You clearly don't know me very well, friendo.
Or at least the ones that I have.
Oh, okay.
Now the ones that you have, maybe. I don't know. But hey.
Let me start off since I have a little bit more topic-wise than you do.
Okay,
Cool,
sounds good.
Okay. So let's start with something kind of fucking weird. Oh, I also have a show and tell one today, which we don't do very often.
Cool.
Yep. So let's do some stupidity things.
Oh, this will be fun.
Yeah. So first and foremost, FIFA, EA's long-running soccer title, will no longer be called FIFA. I guess they got into it with FIFA, the actual soccer organization.
Yep.
And FIFA, the soccer organization, wanted $1 billion to continue their contract with a B.
Wow.
They wanted $1 billion from EA. Yeah, good luck with that. Like, you had asked, Microsoft, they probably would have like wiped their butt with the money and been like, here you go.
Yeah.
But so here's the odd thing. So a couple little notes here. It is now going to be called FIFA Sports FC, which I couldn't figure out for the longest time, but it literally just dawned on me. I think it was the extra booze. Football Club.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I didn't ever work on FIFA. I worked on every other fucking sport. So I don't know. I kept going through the articles and going, what does FC stand for? Like, it's got to be in here somewhere. And then literally, like, as I pulled it up, I was like, Football Club, moron. So this won't go into effect until 2023, which means this year's copy will still be called FIFA. But this is the last year. So couple of interesting things here. The first thing was the EA released its first FIFA game for the Sega Genesis way back in 1993. That means they made it almost 30 years, right? Is that right? Or is it, do we count the zeros? Oh God. Why'd I have to bring math in it? Or is it 40 years?
Like, more like, why did you have to bring math into it when we're drinking?
Yeah, I know, right? Well, it's either 30 or 40 years. Not really good at
30,
math.
if anything. Not 40.
Yeah, I think it, right? Because 0 from 2000s, 10 to 20. Yeah, so it's got to be 30. Yeah. Okay, cool. So for 30 years, to the year, that's kind of crazy. And I also didn't realize that, I thought that they would have done it simultaneous on both Super Nintendo and Genesis, but I guess it started off on Genesis as an exclusive.
Interesting.
I didn't know. So
yeah.
Moving on. So the other thing that was really funny, FIFA had like a clapback on Twitter, which is hilarious. Also, I'm not gonna do this very long, just 2 seconds, but like FIFA's also like a notoriously shitty fucking committee that like utilizes money from a whole bunch of shiesty ass places. So the fact that they're being shitty about this and they're salty about this run back is pretty hilarious. They gotta pay all their fucking Teamsters or whatever. So this was a direct quote from Twitter. I can assure you that only authentic real games that have the FIFA name will be the best ones available for gamers and football fans, are the words of FIFA president Gianni Infantino. That is a hella Italian name. Mired in controversy and scandal, he actually wrote that in a press release. The FIFA name is not only global, original title, FIFA 23, 24, 25, 26, and so on, is the constant FIFA name that will remain forever the best. Oh.
Okay. Here's the question though. If FIFA's not renewing the EA, I guess, if they're not renewing the contract with each other because FIFA wanted $1 billion,
right?
FIFA, quick question for you: who's going to make your game?
Yeah, who's picking that tab up?
Which then also raises the other question of how can EA make a game called FIFA, whatever you mentioned, FIFA FC. International FC? It's like, can they use the name FIFA?
Yes. No, they can't use the name FIFA. So all references of FIFA have got to go. But they still have the licensing deals with all the clubs.
Oh,
so Manchester United and all of those deals are still in place. Just like PES, soccer, has always been unlicensed with FIFA because EA had it. My assumption is that like FIFA is gonna have to go like to them. And I gotta tell you, Pez doesn't make as much money as fucking EA does off their FIFA games.
Yeah.
And this is not like, I mean, I guess it kind of is like a rose by any other name is just as sweet. Most people prefer FIFA over Pez. I know that there are some like Pez players, but that also last year switched to a free to play model. If you're switching to a free to play model, you think you're gonna have the fucking hey Blue, you think you're gonna have the fucking dollars to show up for a $1 billion ask? Fuck no.
Yep.
So I wonder if EA is playing hardball on this because, okay, cool. Fuck you. We're not paying you $1 billion. Go a year, maybe 2, and FIFA goes, what do you think about $750 million? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep. It might not even go that long. It might just be like 6 months down the road, or they'll sit there and be like, yeah, we kind of need that money.
Right. A notoriously greedy and shit company.
Yeah.
That's my you're right. You like totally hit the nail on the head there. Like, where are they going to go? And nobody is going to start a new sports franchise out of nothing just because of the name. And if you do, and you have $1 billion, how much money are you going to have to fucking produce the game?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Like, yeah, I don't know.
And I mean, this is also isn't ragging on. Yeah. This also isn't ragging on EA, by the way, at all.
Learn and grow. That's what it says on the other side. Learn and grow.
This isn't ragging on EA for the simple fact of, oh, hey, they've had FIFA for so long, they're just kind of like iterating on top of it. Like other franchises, Call of Duty.
Madden.
Well, yeah, that too. It's them iterating, making more FIFA games year after year because, one, they already have the base mechanics.
Right.
Whether they
and
need
all the
to
animations,
tweak stats for players and whatnot, that's small potatoes comparatively.
And so that was the other thing that the EA press release was saying. Dude, we're still gonna have all the modes. We're still gonna have Ultimate Team. We're still gonna have train up your own individual players. All of that shit still stays because that's all EA owned property.
Mm-hmm.
So once again, who is gonna pay you that $1 billion and have a third of the content that EA has developed over these last 30 fucking years?
Yep. Yeah.
Great. So we're gonna have like a NASCAR situation on our hand where it keeps rotating and the game's just quality keeps going down and down and down because they're new and new studios, you know? Just bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was interesting. Let me know if the video game music is too loud, Herb.
I was about to say I can't even hear it because it's not coming through at all.
No, it's only for my stream.
I know.
Yeah. But it should be audible, but not overbearing for, I mean, obviously my voice is so booming. You ever see this episode of The Critic, where he's sitting next to his girlfriend and Jay's like, I can't believe you. This night was supposed to be all about Alex, who is sitting next to me on this day of her birthday. But really, because of me, we're having such a good time. Like he just makes it all about him. That's like, my audio quality is always going to be higher. I was just worried that your audio quality is high enough over it. Because I'm trying not to be a Jay in this particular situation.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm. What a considerate human being and co-host I am.
Yes, very much so.
And also modest and handsome. Anything else? Sorry. I'm in a really weird headspace tonight.
That's fine.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, let's go with this one.
Sure.
Because this is always good. Small company called NVIDIA. I mean,
some people have heard of them.
Who's heard of them? I obviously haven't. Apparently, they've been hit with a $5.5 million fine.
Oh, I saw this.
Yes. They were hit with a $5.5 million fine for not reporting profits from crypto miners in 2017. The funny thing with this is the simple fact of $5.5 million Million with an M.
M.
Nothing too huge there.
No.
In 2018, as far as revenue declared, the $5.5 million was effectively 0.05% of the company's revenue. So in other words, basically, I forget which company, or not company, which jurisdiction it was that slapped them with this fine. U.S. Securities Exchange Commission. They're the ones that slapped NVIDIA with this fine. Effectively, what this $5.5 million means is you're a bad boy.
I know.
That's all they did. No, not even a slap on the wrist. Just
a finger wagging.
Yeah, that's all they got. And it's like, what?
I mean, like, in a company that big, like $5 million, like, again, what was it, 0.5% or something?
0.05.
0.05.
Yeah.
I guess a finger waggle is all you can do. And, like, really, who, other than the stockholders, like, I don't really, I mean, again, I don't have a business degree. Honestly, frankly, I wish I did. Because some of these stories I would be like able to be like, okay, let's break this down a little bit further.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't seem like obviously 0.05.
Yeah.
You know, like does that really fucking matter? But clearly it does to the investors. You know what I'm saying? Like, and maybe that's because they need 100% visibility. You know, but like, how is this on NVIDIA, frankly? Because a sale is a sale.
Yes, exactly.
At the end of the day, right?
Right. And my question, that's the exact point I was getting to, was the fact of, okay, like you said, a sale's a sale. Whether it be a sale in bulk to company XYZ that builds computers, or a company that does Bitcoin mining.
Right. What's the difference? Or just some random schlub.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Like, is it because maybe it involves the blockchain? Like, that's why they would care more, I'm assuming?
That's the only thing I can think of.
Really?
I mean, they specify it's in regards to crypto mining and like that, but it's like, okay, this is still just a sale at the end of the day.
Right. Like does that mean that like I don't know, Radeon had to do that? Like, does that mean everybody who made a graphics card had to tell their investors, oh, there's this thing going on right now? Which, by the way, also makes me go, holy shit, you people invested money into a graphics card like company and you have no fucking clue what's going on with this huge new thing about crypto mining and yada yada. Like, so you just want the Cliff's notes?
Apparently. I mean,
I don't know. It's really bizarre.
Yeah.
It's really bizarre to me.
Yeah.
That's very bizarre to me. And I wonder if it is something like a legal thing, maybe, but like, I don't understand how. So, okay, I'm going to put a completely reasonable hypothetical out. The porno industry moves into 3D gaming more. And now more graphics cards are being bought by pornographers. And it constitutes 0.05%. Would they have to go to the board and be like, lots of porn out there now, and they're just jacking it all the time, and they need better cards? Like, what does that matter? Because again, at the end of the day, a sale is a sale. What do you care?
Yeah.
Like, it's very bizarre.
I just don't understand, why does this matter?
Right.
Why does NVIDIA have to report that they made X amount of dollars from people mining crypto?
Right.
The only thing I can think of is
they're making money off of it?
They would make money off the sale.
No, I'm saying the people using the cards essentially are using it to make money off of the fact that they own the card. Maybe that's what it is. So like, all my examples are porn. I haven't jerked it today. Sorry. Um, so like, so if I bought a porno magazine and I started clipping out each individual picture and I was selling those, would I have to tell my porno company that I now apparently own, that people were cutting off pictures and selling them individually to gain more money off of our product? Maybe that's what it is.
But the thing that doesn't really make sense to me there is it's like, okay, why does the company that makes the end product have to pay more for
Right.
what the company they sold it to is then using it for?
I don't know. Blue's taking a stab. He says Nvidia probably has details for royalties on crypto or something. You see, that's like that's kind of what we're like saying. It's like there's got to be a correlation. Like if I was going to sell a product that somebody could make money off of by just buying that once from us, and then they're making money. So like they're mad because what? Like you were going to make your own banks of crypto miners and like no, like you weren't going to do that. Like that's the only thing that I can think of that they would be mad about. Like that
Yeah.
we're selling something that other people could make. So if I was in, man, I'm just full of fucking metaphors and similes today.
All of
If
which are
I
porn based.
manufactured right now, but I'm going to change that right this second, and I'm
Okay.
going to use it doing a minor one. So if in the 1800s during the gold rush, I was selling nets to panhandle in actual rivers, right? And people were using those to panhandle gold. Do I have to report that to the guy who makes the mesh wiring for the actual like because that's what this kind of feels like to me.
Yeah.
Because he could find a big nugget of gold and then you'd be like, oh well, you used my net, like you know.
Yeah.
Um, I'm sure they get paid from crypto companies. Wouldn't doubt. I mean, I don't know. Like I think that that's probably a gray area, but like we know for a fact ever since last summer that graphics cards companies are looking into making graphics cards that actually don't produce graphics anymore. That they are specifically designing them to do crypto activities.
Yeah.
So that the rest of the rest of the populace could actually get lower normal priced graphics cards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's so weird.
The thing I'm having a hard time thinking at this point though is like, okay, so seeing how Nvidia was hit with this fine because they didn't report their crypto uh dealings as far as sales to crypto miners. Okay, so the companies that sell power supplies for computers,
Right,
they have to
right.
motherboards, even companies that make
Cases,
cables.
cases.
Uh,
Like so,
if you're doing
like
like mass industry, you're
I
not
mean,
putting shit in
like
cases.
well, no, that's fair. But I
But
mean,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know, like I'm just picking another thing that I'm
right.
like, I don't know. Like, do they have to do that? No. How the hell does that make sense? So 90% of my fucking power supply doesn't go to fucking 99.9% doesn't go to a crypto, but some dude buys one, and now that changes. I don't know. That's
I
fucking
don't get it
bizarre.
either. I don't.
Me either.
Yeah.
That's fucking bizarre.
Especially considering it's like, okay, I'm just Joe Schmo company that makes batteries.
Right.
How do I know my battery isn't going to go into a motherboard that's used to sell to crypto miners?
Right. That's like a good place where you're like, you know, I bought an apple. Well, I didn't know that they were hiring underage fucking children to pick the apples. Like, how the fuck? Like, how is anybody supposed to know that? You know,
Yeah.
that's fucking weird, bruv.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and to pick such a, like an arbitrary. I mean, it's not arbitrary, frankly, because you need cards to do
Yeah.
it, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's fucking weird.
Mm-hmm.
Um, all right. Hey, let's go do something kind of fun.
Sure.
Sure. And this one's fast as shit. The Humble, formerly known as Humble Bundle,
Mm-hmm.
now it's just Humble. Their spring sale started today.
Cool.
There is heavy discounts on butt tons of stuff in there.
Mm.
I just got a list of like basically the highlights where I was like, all right, these ones look good. Resident Evil Village, if you don't have that, half off. Good stuff. Satisfactory, 30% off. Good stuff. Deep Rock Galactic, in fact, 50% off. Good stuff. No Man's Sky, if anybody cares, half off. This is another one that caught my eye. Cyberpunk 2077, half off. So, you know, if you're like me and waiting for, I don't know, 10 years from now when they finally fix all the bugs and put an Ultimate Edition together, but you thinking, man, half off might be okay. All right, 25 quid. Valheim, 20% off. So that puts it at like what, 13 bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Hollow Knight, $5.
Ooh.
If you've ever thought to yourself, if you ever thought to yourself, I was kind of looking for some Hollow Knight action, fucking $5. Totally pick that up.
Oh yeah.
Risk of Rain 2, I also put on here because I thought that was a pretty quick turnaround. $10.
Not bad. Not bad.
Yep. And I went through and I looked at all the rest. And you know, there were some good deals in there. And again, because it's humble, it does go to like, you know, portions of it go to charity, which is already kind of nice.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk is an instant, mega cheap, under $20. Nice. Inscription 30%, nice. Because that game is top tier. And if you can get it for 30% off, you should definitely. And if you have any interest, pick that game up.
Very cool.
Yeah, I just thought that was cool. I didn't see anything that like rustled my jimmies bad enough that like I picked it up instantly. But I did put a couple like on the back burner stuff.
Okay.
I got a trip coming up soon, so I don't want to like go absolutely crazy before then. Yeah, that was it. Fast, easy peasy.
Definitely cool, and definitely something everyone likes. Sounds like greedy people find a sue loophole. Yeah, as far as the NVIDIA stuff. Yeah. That's highly possible there, Kratos.
Hey, Kratos.
Although it was the SEC from U.S. government that was wanting the money. So.
Okay.
Yay.
Talk about the greediest of all the bastards.
Yes, exactly.
And tinfoil hat within 33 minutes. Very nice. We are like on track for a really good episode here.
Oh god, yeah.
You can go ahead.
Alrighty. This one's kind of a double header because it's Square Enix again.
Okay.
They've released earnings as far as for the first quarter, and people are comparing things to the previous year. Namely Outriders. You remember that game,
killer.
right?
I do, because I remember it was supposed to be the Destiny killer, and it came out to
yeah,
and then that fucking little fish from SpongeBob going, "Would you stop doing that?" Like,
do you guys? No, we don't use crypto. Actually, we're trying to sell us on crypto would probably be the last thing we would be doing in this channel.
Yeah,
neither one of us here really likes crypto in any fashion.
To be fair, I have a couple of dollars in crypto, but it's nothing that is like it's like $100. Fine, whatever.
Yeah. I mean,
like from years ago, but no. Yeah. I know the ecological repercussions, so I never move it anywhere.
Yeah. But as far as Square Enix, they've released their profits for the most recent quarter, and people are comparing it to last year, specifically in regards to Outriders. Well, with what Square Enix did last week that we reported on, and this week, it's really looking like Square Enix is now trying to make their company fail, because Outriders has still not turned a profit.
After a whole year?
Yep.
Wasn't it on Game Pass day one too?
Yep.
Which means Microsoft was giving them some amount of money.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
It has still not turned a profit. And on top of that, another Square Enix game. You remember Babylon's Fall? Think back like 2 months, maybe. Came out to a whopping 600 people playing it on Steam.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that game. Holy shit.
May 4th, it hit like this close to the absolute rock bottom on Steam.
Oh my god! Didn't we report about that?
One
Like the week
person
afterwards?
was playing it on May 4th. One person.
Oh
Daily,
my
it has
god!
less on Steam. Daily, it has less than 50 people playing it.
Woo!
At this point,
Woo!
it hasn't even been out 6 months. And if I was Square Enix, I'd be like, either get out the defibrillators to somehow make this thing a hidden gem, or just pull the damn plug.
Pull the plug.
Because it obviously was a sleeper game that no one knew about.
There was no fucking marketing.
When it came out, everyone was like, oh, there's a new game. Okay. Next.
Jinx, by the way.
Yeah.
Here, cheers.
Yeah.
Oh, they did release a game.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I released a game? Oh, I didn't even feel it.
Yeah, right. Seriously. That's a sleep fart, is what that is.
Stay a while and listen.
That's crazy, dude. One person.
Yeah, and I mean,
that's house cleaner numbers.
Yeah. But it's kind of like Square Enix of recent is just like, you know what? We've had enough of video games. We want out, it seems. Because last week, having sold off like a whole handful of studios with even more IPs,
and the IPs, yeah,
and they're holding on to Outriders and Babylon's Fall for IPs, right. But they're getting rid of the successful ones,
right?
That are still flops in there
for $300 million.
Yes, all for $300 million.
Right.
So it's like, Square Enix, are you drunk?
Are you okay?
Do we need to have an intervention? Do we need to get like EA and Microsoft and Bungie and all these other companies together and have like an intervention? I mean, just checking.
Okay, so wait, what's the second one? Because if you don't bring this up, I know what I'm going to talk about.
Oh, that was the twofer.
Oh, okay. So I would like to talk about not a twofer, but a Tifa. Did you see that Tifa statue?
Oh God, yeah.
With her ass in the air, with the fucking Buster Sword right behind it. Holy shit, that is hilarious. Like, okay, now fuck that $11,000 statue, okay? Like, that $11,000 terror statue has already disappeared in my mind. But oh my god, that is the most sexualized, like, if you didn't think that somebody was gonna wank it to that, with the Buster Sword right behind her, like, that's like basically saying Cloud's dick is like in between her ass cheeks. That is aggressive, baby.
Yep.
And to be fair, Tifa is my favorite character, so, you know, like, I wanked into that shit a bunch of times when I was a kid, so, you know, hey, whatevs. But am I going to pay $300 for that as an adult and keep it somewhere in my house? That's like owning a $300 pussy repellent. You know what I'm saying? Like,
as opposed to the $11,000 pussy repellent.
Right, exactly. Like, it's like, god damn, dude, like, that is crazy. I was shocked to like see that went through, you know, a very traditional, you know, Japanese culture that is like much more reserved than American culture. But yeah, that was, man, whoo! Yeah. I was like, all right.
At least they're keeping Final Fantasy. But at the same point in time, it's like with how they've been, like, this is all over the course of 2 weeks' time. So who knows what they're going to do in this next week? Are they going to sit there and be like, oh, hey, too many, here, have Final Fantasy 14. And it's like, what the fuck? Okay.
I got $500 in my bank account, baby. I'll take that shit.
Yeah.
Like, they clearly don't give a fuck. Blue was saying, if we had this topic to talk about, Tales of Candlekeep, the Tomb of Annihilation D&D game is getting delisted on Steam on May 20th.
Oh, interesting.
This is a thing that has been happening a lot recently with Dungeons and Dragons properties. Because the licensing deals are so tiny that you basically, like, Wizards of the Coast has this thing where they want you to renew these licenses like over and over, especially when it's something like a live servicey one. shit, what was the one that was like asymmetric where you could be the DM? But this happens a lot because Wizards of the Coast doesn't feel like a $200 million per fucking minute isn't enough. Oh wow, that was awesome. This sounds just the song just went boing 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 for the coin sounds from Mario. But yeah, this is something that has been happening more and more frequently. And again, we talk about this a lot. It's the preservation of games. Oh,
Yep.
yeah. So it sucks to
Uh-huh.
have, D&D, a game that I love,
Oh yeah.
be so fucking petty and like money hungry,
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty lame. That's lame shit.
Very much so.
Thank you for the reminder, by the way.
Didn't know it existed. I just Googled it. Glad it was not on the work laptop. Yeah.
Oh, the statue?
The Tifa statue.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And also,
And I don't
Black
know.
Eyes, thank you for that follow.
Hey, Black Eyes, good shit. Yeah, no, yeah, that, yeah. I didn't. Okay, to be fair, I didn't do the spin around to see what it looks like from behind, but I would be remarkably fucking shocked if there wasn't like a teeny bit of panty, like, you know what I'm saying, just enough, just enough panties where you're like, that's a little fan servicey. It's really the Buster Sword for me that like really gets me. I'm like, wow, dude, that is not even suggestive. That's just explicit. Like,
well,
right.
let's put it this way. The article I found of it, it showed the whole 360 round of it,
Mm-hmm.
and then someone in the comments said, "Oh, by the way, guys, here I updated the look of it for you." And guess what was just so happened to
Giant
be
dicks.
missing?
Oh, the sword?
No.
Or the panties?
Like everything
Bottom?
Tifa was wearing was missing. It's like,
okay.
Oh,
to be fair,
okay.
it could have been like, I can make this like a monochrome wars. What if it was the Buster Sword and also Sephiroth's sword, like right underneath it? Nothing like a good old DVDA, like bam.
God. Wizards of the Coast, not the greatest company. Perhaps it's also its parent company Hasbro, though.
Yes,
That's true too.
100%.
That's true too.
100%. 100%.
Because Hasbro can be a little bit of a dick.
Yeah, and greedy.
What company at this point in the world can't?
I don't know. They're all trying to make magical sarcophagus that they can like shoot into Mars or wherever the fuck and just get the hell out of here with all of our money that's gonna matter on Mars.
Yeah.
Anyways, man, that fucking statue. If it wasn't so expensive and I wasn't so broke right this minute, I might buy it just for the hilarity factor and like leave it out in like in my like main table and like put roses and shit like in her ass crack, like and have it be like my fucking centerpiece for my table when I like had people over for dinner. Yeah. So talking about holy shit, this is kind of not the best, but it's kind of funny. Did you see that the Prince of Persia remake? Okay, so at this point, years and years ago, I think 2018 was the announcement for it. The Ubisoft had announced they were going to do a Prince of Persia remake, Sands of Time.
Yep.
One of my top 5 games of all time. I love the Sands of Time. I think it's fucking awesome. I think the ripple effect that it had in combat, 3D movement and platforming in the video game sphere has had this massive ripple effect on so many things, and the story was fucking good. So they've been working on this since 2018. Yeah, you'd love to see it. It has been delayed again indefinitely. So far, it has moved from the company's Indian teams in Pune and Mumbai. So it's already moved two studios and been indefinitely suspended twice. Now it's on its 3rd studio and it's being indefinitely suspended. However, this time they are moving it to Ubisoft Montreal, which is the actual studio that made Sands of Time.
Okay, yeah.
Right. So part of me is like, okay, fucking please, for the love of God, get this right. Please, please. Just like, the problem is, I started reading some more stuff. Apparently, what they got from both the Poon studio. Never not going to think that's funny. I know I'm 5 years old. And the Mumbai studio is basically all worthless. It didn't, because it's not an HD remake, it's a retelling.
Okay. So yeah. So it's not a remaster, it's a remake.
Right.
Okay.
A complete and total remake. At least it's in the hands of the people who care about it. I've actually been to that studio. They actually have the prince from Sands of Time. They have a life-size statue there.
Statue of it?
Yeah, it's dope as shit. If you ever
Cool.
want to see it, let me know. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
So maybe in another 4 years we get a new. I know that's so hard.
Well,
if you
I'm looking at it from the standpoint of Sands of Time. The first game came out 19 years ago.
2002, right?
2003.
2003. Okay.
The odds of, we'll put it at half of the staff that worked on that game still being there.
Fair.
Fair so it's kind of like.
To be fair, if you were going to bring a legacy title back, probably a lot of those old guys, because these are a French ass company and they fire nobody, even like after mountains of horrible bullshit stories.
True.
And the legacy alone, even the new employees, wouldn't they have more of a drive to make this new remake and see the original vision and try to build on it? Like, I feel like I would rather do that than just give it some rando C team in Mumbai.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like that's a good start, if for nothing else.
Yeah.
You know? But this is the same company who has been working on Beyond Good and Evil 2 for I don't know, 5 years, 6 years. Who gives a shit? It's never coming out, you know?
Yep.
But I don't know. That's kind of cool, at least. Like, I'm just trying to be like optimistic on this one because I fucking love that original one. I think 2 went a little emo, and I think 3 kind of went a little too far in the action thing, but still overall a pretty damn good trilogy. And we don't talk about that cell shaded one. Get the fuck out of my office. So I don't know. I'm hopeful. So I just wanted to bring it to light here.
Yeah. And like Savage, unfortunately, I didn't get far through Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. You're gonna sit there and say, "Oh my God, why didn't you?" I was more at that point in time into Ninja Gaiden because that was its competitor at the time.
Yeah, but
and I was more into that.
Different. That's fair, but like they're wildly different. Like Ninja Gaiden didn't really have platforming elements at all. And Ryu Hayabusa versus fucking the Prince. I gotta tell you, the Prince has more fucking charm in his little pinky than Ryu does. He's an actually compelling character, and the relationship between him and the like faux princess, like it's an amazing story. I would highly suggest, even to this day, if you can stomach the graphics of a GameCube, you go back and you play it, because seriously, and it's short, sweet, to the point. It's 7-8 hours.
Yep.
It's so good, and the time rewind mechanics are amazing. It's just it. Also, I don't want to be this guy. It also fucking was the groundwork for the Batman Arkham Asylum combat system.
Yep,
like,
exactly.
So if you love that shit, like, please go check that game out. It's so fucking good. But
Black Eyes is sitting there saying Ryu would kick his butt though.
He doesn't have rewind time though.
Like, yeah, that's
Ryu doesn't have that.
Ryu would start getting some hits in, and then the Prince would be like, rewind.
Yep, I got Sans. Burp.
Yeah, exactly. But we're not debating which one would win in a theoretical
This isn't
fight.
Death Battle. Isn't Death Battle.
Yeah. What I will say is the part that really the part where I was kind of like, yep, I'm done with Prince of Persia, was the fact of there was a segment I had to like wall run, jump, land on a platform, and then turn 90 degrees and continue kind of that weaving back and forth.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
right when the camera, like right as I'm getting ready to go, the camera would then shift and the control would continue to hold the same angle. So I'd be like running and just go right off the wall or into a buzzsaw or something like that. I'm just like, I'm done. I'm done. I spent like an hour on that alone. I'm just like,
That's
I'm done.
fair. There are definitely challenging segments.
Yeah.
And the camera is definitely, yeah, and it was time and place, right?
Yeah,
It was
exactly.
2003.
Yes.
Which is why I think a remake would be beautiful now.
Yeah.
At this point. Keep the and frankly, I almost hope they wouldn't fuck with the story like almost at all. Like because they're both because it was so focused on two characters and an actual arc for both of them, and just don't do anything there. Like just make the gameplay more smooth, a little more fucking easy to deal with the camera and shit. You're done.
Yep.
Like remake makes me worry a little bit. But
Yeah.
anyways.
Yep.
It's up to you.
Okay.
What are you going to talk about in this next one? Because I'm going to take a slash real quick.
Well, first I'm going to, well, actually, no. What I'm going to be talking about is Activision, but not really in the typical way we've been talking about them. Basically.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know. It's like, wait, what?
What's going on here?
They can do something other than sexually harass someone? Oh my God.
Back that or not.
Okay. They can do something other than just harass someone?
Yeah, and Bobby Kotick. Come on. Yeah, no, they're pieces of shit. But what are you talking about?
Call of Duty.
Oh yeah. I got this.
But also, I do want to say, Black Ice, thank you very much for that $33.33 donation to St. Jude. Thank you very much for that. It helps out immensely. Also, I just want to point out that at this point, we are like $47 away, $46 and change, away from hitting the first milestone, which just so happens to be me eating level 1 of the Death Nut. Effectively, what these are peanuts that are coated in extremely spicy kind of spices. Namely, level 1 is a mild blend of Carolina Reaper and Distill peppers. Yeah, fun. That's level 1. It only gets spicier from there. And it goes up to 5 levels. So, but what's going on with Call of Duty? Well, Activision has announced in recent reports and whatnot that 31% of all employees, 31% of all employees are working on some 31% of all employees under the Activision umbrella, let me go that far, are working on some project or supporting in some way Call of Duty. That is roughly half, 50% of all the developers that work in the Activision umbrella of studios works on Call of Duty just to keep the damn machine running. And at this point,
it's a lot of blood to carry that fucking heavy weight, you know?
It's funny you mentioned that because the article even mentions so many bodies sacrificed at the altar of hit markers and gun skins.
Right.
And it's like, at this point, a lot of like reporters in the video game industry are like, I don't even know what the world would be like if they just said, boom, cut, stop, we're not making another Call of Duty game. Because it would just be like, everyone expects it year after year now.
Right.
And it literally is a thing of, it's like, okay. I'm like, I was like, why are you pointing at my sign? But then I realized just over there is your dog.
Yeah, just giving him a little nose boop.
But yeah, I mean, a lot of reporters on sites are just like, I can't even remember a time before Call of Duty. It's been literally every year, pretty much, for what a lot of people can even remember.
I mean, a lot of fucking kids didn't exist.
Yeah.
During,
exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Before Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, I heard him make a noise, and I was like, oh, Sorry. Second interruption. Hey, would you go lay down, you turd? There, that'll work.
Need to sell some crypto to push you guys over the edge. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Black Ice. Jeez. Well, no, I did a plug for the St. Jude fundraising that is like
nice.
up along the top here, because
Nice.
we're 40 some odd cents or dollars away from level 1.
Oh, the Death Nut?
Yeah,
Nice.
level 1 of it.
Hey. And you know, at least it's for a good cause.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
I plug because I just don't want people to have to see the fucking ads in my fucking stream. I'm like, sorry.
Yeah, fair,
So
fair.
you're doing better than I am.
Fair.
I don't know. Here's a world I would like to imagine. What if in a world where sequels were banned, we would for sure lose out on a lot of quality stuff, right? And I'm talking movies, I'm talking gaming, I'm talking books. However, wouldn't that force everyone to try to make new things and not just make one goddamn thing and then do it extraneously for the next 30 fucking years of varying quality? Usually the quality goes, it's like the world's longest, bar graph that just keeps going down.
Yep.
And I don't like the way a lot of these companies are standing at the end of the fucking room with more paper and a stapler in their hand. Like, that seems like a little ridiculous. I would love to live in a world where I could say, yeah, fuck it. There are no such thing as sequels. Like, you have to go to the fucking gulag if you make a sequel. But at the same time, it's just not realistic because fans always want more of what they love, regardless of quality, which is fucking lame, dude. But what are you gonna do? The grinder needs more dollars, it needs more blood,
Yep.
So I don't know. Yeah, that's crazy.
First Call of Duty was in 2003. Yeah. And Savage, you haven't played a Call of Duty since Black Ops 2. I haven't played a Call of Duty since World at War.
Oh yeah, that was
I think the only
Black Ops 2 was about where I fell off too.
Yeah, I think the only ones that I played were the first Modern Warfare.
And, it was a good one.
And World at War. And then after that, I was just like, I'm not playing this enough, like single player or multiplayer. So I don't see a need to buy next year's version.
Sure. So. I always, I'm way more of a first person shooter kid than you are. And a lot of my friends are too. We grew up with Halo and shit like that, and Counter-Strike, if you're talking to old men like me. So I definitely Modern Warfare 3 for you. Yeah, see, I think it was Modern Warfare 2 was like the last one where I was like, okay, ends in a nuclear holocaust and a child dies. I was like, you are officially out of ideas, Call of Duty. To be fair, to each their own and stuff. Like, let's not be, assholes about it. But, God, and the fact that they had to remaster Modern Warfare or remake Modern Warfare just to keep the lights on for another year, it's like, bad. And you know what? I don't want to go any further, but at the same time, I do. Let's talk about the fact that all the dudes who started Infinity Ward, who started Call of Duty, ended up leaving Activision and making their own company, Respawn Entertainment, who is now underneath the banner of EA. They went on to at least make Titanfall 1 and 2 and Anthem. That was Bioware. That was Bioware. So, they did make Apex Legends too. So at least that team, those guys are really trying to stretch the boundaries a little bit more.
Yeah.
Activision's just sitting a fucking pool full of money and going, just bring us more. I'll wash myself with money on a stick. So yeah.
It's safer to make a sequel than establish a new IP versus taking a chance on a new product. Yeah, exactly.
And especially when you throw in let's talk accounting, trying to stay at that AAA development level of money. Fuck you. Yeah. Every game's got to be $300 million worth of investment. Then you have to make that money back. Then you have to milk the people who are still there, like they're fucking cows, to
Give you more
maintain
money.
right and the services you want to continuously provide. The gaming landscape has changed so fucking dramatically
Oh yeah.
since we were kids. Do you remember when it was like, do you have a fun game? And they were like, yes, we do. And they go, how much was that game? $60. And I'd go, that game does look fun because you showed me some gameplay. Here's your $60. That was the end of the transaction. That's just not the way it is anymore. Because back in the day, it cost, I'm picking a number, $2 million to make a game. So you
Oh, yeah.
could take more risks, you know? So crazy, dude.
Plus,
It's
on
crazy
top of
to
that,
watch this whole thing too.
games were, I almost want to say, shorter.
Mhm.
They were definitely
Definitely.
technically easier to make, as far as graphically wise. That
Sure.
is,
Sure.
which is why we had a lot more games. I would say
Right.
per generation of
Right.
console kind of a thing.
Right.
Um,
Go ahead.
but yeah, I mean, the only other thing I want to say, just because you kind of touched on going out in that vein, in a world.
Right. Legitimately. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
but seriously, it would be nice
Yes,
because
yes.
that'd be nice. New stories every time, new characters, new fucking settings. Maybe I could see a fucking game where it wasn't a fucking humanoid. Like, is that so goddamn hard? It's crazy to me that like the Soul series are the only ones that actually do monsters. Dude, we don't really see monsters. We live in a visual medium where you can make anything you're fucking imagine fucking can do,
Mhm.
and everything is just bipedal dudes with 2 arms and a head.
The
Oh
reason
my
why I would say we do that is because we can relate. We can at the very least make that form of a connection and relate to whatever sort of character or whatnot. Other than that, yeah, you're right. It'd be awesome to see like other monsters and just other
monstery
like
dudes.
even alien kind of species and things like that. It would be awesome.
But
It
like
really would.
look at something like fucking Mass Effect.
Yep.
Almost every race is still a fucking humanoid.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
Even the Krogans. What do you got? Big foreheads? Like that's like your biggest thing?
Mhm.
Like God, it's so upsetting. Like
Big
and I
foreheads and
don't
four nuts.
right, and I did headbutt one of them, and that was very fucking exciting in fucking 2. Renegade for life. But I don't know. It's just upsetting that like there's so much like wiggle room shit in gaming, and we're
Mhm.
just doing none of it.
Yep.
We're falling into this like 1970s film arc where like it was just kind of all the same recycled bullshit over and over again, and then it
Yep.
took like till the 80s where like filmmakers and story writers were starting to like explore more,
Mhm.
you know, because technologies started like increasing.
Yep.
But all right, whatever. Okay, so since we are talking crazy shit, would you like to talk about the new Unreal Engine 5 for a second?
I've seen some stuff on this, and this would definitely be interesting to talk about.
Okay. So let me just do a thing. So, the Unreal Engine 5 is still not out officially.
Yep.
But a solo developer named Dextero just released a video, a solo project. I'm going to do this real quick. I'm going to pause this music. Um, and I watched it today. It's like a minute and 30 seconds. I want to show you guys this fucking video because holy fucking shit, a solo developer did this on the Unreal 5 engine and woof. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Do that. I'm gonna maximize that. Let me know when you got that up.
Yep. Got it up.
Okay. All right. So
No ads.
and
Oh,
I
sorry, Savage.
what?
Savage has ads. Ad break. Yeah.
Oh, okay. We'll wait. We'll wait.
I've got just under a minute. It's at
That's
50
fine.
seconds.
That's fine. I can gush about this a little bit beforehand.
Okay.
So again, solo developer, random dude. This is the Unreal 5 engine. And he is just showing what some stuff can be done with this fucking engine.
Mhm.
And I watched this POS and I was like, what the fuck? So I almost was going to come into it with I was going to tell you guys that this was from the Unreal 5 engine and just be like, look how fucking cool this is. But I wanted to fucking at least, you know, give you a preface because that'd be weird if I didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
So But after I watched this, I was like, wow, dude, like it is incredible. The like level. Now, again, this is one guy because the Unreal Engine, they have always tuned this fucker to be modular, to be easy. You know what I'm saying? And the Unity engine, frankly, all my games are made on the Unity engine, are really good in that way too, but not as graphically focused, you know? Because that's Epic's gig.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to practice this as fast as I can because I tried to do this before while we were on stream. Okay, so you ready? Okay. Okay, there we go. And can I do this? Yep, and then there. Okay, there we go. Dude. Dude. Look at the fucking detail.
Mm-hmm.
They start making games like this for VR. I don't think I'm gonna be able to play them. I will piss my fucking pants.
Especially if it is
Wait.
horror. Because I'm like waiting for a jump scare here.
That's it. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. But wait, look how good this looks in daytime.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Like, dude, that is fucking crazy town. If you just showed me this without telling me that this was in the Unreal 5 engine, I'd be like, yeah, we're just in some train station in Japan.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like, that is fucking crazy, dude. Okay. Sorry. I had to show you that.
No, that's perfectly fine, man. That is awesome. Can you post a video to the link? Or
Yes,
a
I
video
most
to the
assuredly
link?
can.
Link to the
I'll
video.
throw it
Yeah.
on yours.
You got it?
Yep, on it.
Okay.
There you go.
Where'd you put it?
Yeah.
There. Okay, cool.
In your stream. Oop, I just face cammed that for some reason. Yeah, dude, I like when I saw that earlier today, like on my widescreen, I was like, what the fuck? I must have paused it like 6 times to be like, just like, and again, that looks like the marriage of like, and I'm sure that that was the way that he did the camera work, right? Because I don't know if a VR unit could handle that level. But again, we don't know much about what the specs of the Unreal 5 engine versus what we can do. That's probably okay. Versus what the Unreal is gonna like ask from your PC to run.
Right.
But my God, dude, and then all of a sudden it switches to nighttime,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, what the shit, dude? Seriously, if it really does get any realer than that, I'm gonna have to wear brown pants every time I want to fucking play.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because I'm just gonna shit them. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
No, see, at that point, what you do is you just hook up a monitor and some controller, like a controller, in your bathroom.
Right?
So that way, it's like you don't have to worry about shitting yourself. You just sit on the toilet and just be like, "Oh man."
And we've talked about this before that they're using Unreal 4 as backgrounds so that the actors in Mandalorian can see the backgrounds. This goes even further beyond that by shit tons. If this Unreal Engine can replicate that level of detail, and one guy did that. I wish I didn't look. I might actually. I literally. So I started following him. By the way, I might actually fucking PM him to be like, hey, how long did this take? Now again, it hasn't been out very long, so it's got to be 8 months max.
Right.
If he had a pre-access to it. If one guy can do something that good for 1 minute and 35 seconds in an area that looks that fucking realistic, holy shit, man.
Mm-hmm. Sure, some games could benefit, but there's no need to. But there needs to be room for style.
I agree.
Yeah,
I mean, but that's always the truth, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But if one dude can do that easily, that means we can add style and all that shit easily.
Oh yeah.
If one guy can do that, if that was a one dude project and it took him even the 8-9 months, that's gonna be easy, right? Because you won't need a team of 500 fucking dudes. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting, dude.
The other thing Kratos also mentions is not all games need to be photorealistic, though. Which
agreed.
True.
Yeah,
but really, the point of that video was to show what we thought on the Unreal 4 engine could do as far as photorealism. No, Unreal 5 just takes it leaps and bounds further.
Right. Actually, further.
Yeah. And the one thing I will say that I picked up on in that video, and this is maybe just a teeny tiny thing that not very many people would be able to identify and pick that out while the video is just playing at normal speed. Once it switched over to night and he was looking around with the flashlight, he pans over across from the deck over to the stairs, the hand railing. It
had the little chips in it.
Yes, exactly. Yep. And it looked like there were layers of paint on there, so it was literally like almost like physically 3D modeled that way. But I can almost guarantee he didn't model it that way. It was shaders. Shaders and textures. Yes.
Yeah. That's it. And more to the point, Kratos, is if one guy could do this, that means that because again, I solo developed myself, I could have developed on Unreal, with me and Potter.
Mm-hmm.
If two guys have an affordability, to get the access to Unreal, two guys could start doing this level of graphics. And that's what we really want, right? We don't want 300 people to have to bust their balls and or clits to have to get that level of realism. If that's what your art direction wants, you could do it now with only 2 to 3 people.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy impressive.
Yep.
So that's giving even more power to small indie developers. Yep. Now, does every game need that? No, certainly not. But it looks like you could now.
Mm-hmm.
And if you wanted to give me a small indie developer, or developers who made me a tight 5-hour experience, and they could actually produce that level of quality for, within, let's call it 1.5 years or 2 for them for development, that is a huge technological jump.
Yeah.
That is a huge technological jump.
Yep. Very true. Very true. How the heck do you make that seem like this from soup to nuts? Yeah.
I know. I mean, it's basically rigging, fucking camera work, texturing, shading. Doesn't even have to be done, which is awesome. Because the Unreal Engine just does that. Even I don't know if you noticed when he's looking down the train tracks, there's water actually on the platform itself.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All of that reflection, it's already done in engine.
Yep.
There's nothing to that. The engine itself does all that. The lighting, from the flashlight, it just does that. Mm-hmm. There are so many things that engine is just doing by itself, which is amazing.
Yeah.
It's not. Oh God, sorry.
The one thing I will say that the video doesn't easily portray. I will say that. Because obviously the quality of his work speaks leaps and bounds.
Right.
But the one thing that the video doesn't easily portray is how much of a background for how many years has this guy done this.
Unreal. I'm sure he's worked in Unreal for several years.
Yeah, I'm sure of that too.
I'm sure he has.
Without him or her coming forward and saying, "Hey, I've been doing this for 20 years or something, it's hard to say, oh, okay. Like myself, when Unreal came out with their like free engine, whatever, I forget what that was. It was a thing of, I actually downloaded it, tried dabbling with it at the time. I didn't get anywhere with it. But it is a thing of how much time beforehand do people come into it with, can do things
you
like
you basically need to still be an engineer.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like this isn't nearly to the point where my dumbass, I could design the experience, I could design the camera work, I could design the lighting, but I can't physically engineer all those things. You do have to physically be an engineer for that shit. But clearly, they are an engineer, and clearly they have worked with it. And I can also tell you that's not available still. So that means that they got it literally still in the demo phase, which means it makes me think, because the way that Unreal Engine licenses, you want me to bore everyone to tits right now? All right. So I'm going to do this real quick. My company works in the Unity engine. It's basically like, hey, sign this agreement. We give you a couple files, then, you pay us money, and then we just give you Unity. Unreal actually has a vetting process, where you have to send them a bunch of shit about you and your experience and your company. And then they go through a vetting process, and then they will, in some amount of time, get to you. And I know that there was, at the time when we were looking at it in 2017, there was about a 2-month waiting process. So you do have to like know your shit with the Unreal Engine. It's not like they're just handing this out to every like fucking Jim Beam Bob Slago. Whereas Unreal or fucking Unity is like, just give us our subscription fee and take our fucking product. So this person has to be inside enough with working within Unity or within the Unreal Engine that they would allow them to take like ostensibly a beta for 5.
Yeah. So how that comes to nuts, you just need to come up with 3D models. Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah. That's definitely the first part of it.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the first part of it. Why don't you go?
Alrighty.
I seriously can't believe how nice that fucking thing looked.
I've only got 4 left. Just a heads up on that.
I got a bunch.
Okay. We're gonna talk about this one. New game that came out recently: Warhammer 40k Chaos Gate Demon Hunters. Yes, that is the full title of the game.
That's Warhammer for you. That's the what do you call it? XCOM one.
Yes.
Where you play as Space Marines.
Yes, it is very Space Marine-esque, XCOM, Space Marine-esque. It is very XCOM-esque, where you are a Space Marine and you're in charge of all sorts of stuff going all over the galaxy or whatever. I honestly have not looked at the game at all.
I have.
Well, okay, I take that back. I've looked at all of like 5 minutes of it. So
it's already on my wish list. Because
okay.
I love XCOM and I love Warhammer, so I was like, wish list.
Okay, yeah, fair. But the one thing that I do find, reason why I'm bringing this up, that they kind of did that was really, really shitty.
Oh yeah, I saw this too.
They said, hey, because we just came out, let's have some Twitch drops. Okay, fine, cool. That's a good way to get people in on games early when they just come out. Problem is, these were time-sensitive drops. There were 11 of them, and they are not cosmetic drops. Meaning these are actual in-game items that you can equip to your character, like guns, armor, whatever, that have actual stats to change how your gameplay experience will be. They are also never to be released again, with the caveat, because of everyone's bitching, moaning, and complaining, they will later in May, I think they said on the 27th or so, release them to everybody that has the game. Now, is that everyone who has the game that linked their whatever it was account with Twitch to get the drops, that then missed out on some drops to get these non-cosmetic items that were limited time, never to be released again, or what? Or like, if I were to get it now that all the drops are over, would I get these 11 items?
Okay. Let me just start with this. People are entitled fucking dickholes.
Yes.
And fuck you. This is free shit. Secondly, it's a fucking single player game. Doesn't matter.
True.
At the end of the day, right? This isn't something that can like boost you when you're playing it, like multiplayer or anything. So whatever. But like, I hate that fucking people bitch about shit like this. Oh, I'm sorry that you went to the post office and they gave you free stamps to send your envelope, but it wasn't the Marilyn Monroe stamp that you really wanted.
Yeah.
Who gives a fucking shit? Take your free shit and shut the fuck up. Like, sorry.
Yeah.
Like, that just chaps my butt. Like, you know, we're so fucking entitled as gamers nowadays. It's like, I mean, this isn't as nice as I really wanted it to be. Well, then, you know what? You develop your own game. You go make your own fucking Twitch twat drops, which honestly kind of would have been a way funnier name. But like, honestly, it's just so fucking shitty of fucking gamers, and it makes me feel bad, like being like in this group, you know, obviously.
Right.
But as a developer, I'm like, fuck you.
Yep.
You go do it then.
Yep.
You build your own fucking game and your own fucking twat drops with fucking blackjack and hookers. Like, you know, like, I'm sorry it didn't meet your expectations. Like, you know?
I will say this, though. The way the development company, or well, actually, no, publishing company, because this would be more on the publisher's side.
Sure.
The way they did this was kind of stupid, because they were 11 in-game items, which, okay, fine. Drops are obviously in-game items. Usually, though, they're only cosmetic items.
Right. But again, this is a single-player game.
Right. But here's the kicker. These items, they're like, oh, hey, instead of your pistol, which, say, does 10 damage, you get this slightly better pistol that does 10.1 damage.
So what? Do you, like, okay, so have you ever ordered something with a pre-order?
Yeah.
Remember that? You remember those days?
Oh, yeah.
When, like, you pre-order a game and it's like, it would give you some mega good armor? I never used the shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the only time I ever used it, like, and actually the example I always bring up is Batman, which was, again, a shitty fucking practice, because it was like, at Walmart you got this, at fucking GameStop you got this. Like, so that was in and of itself like a fucking shit show.
Oh, yeah.
But let's talk about the fact that, like, fucking, it doesn't impede you one way or the other. Like, so I, like, was just, unless it was something like an in-game skin that I wanted, I was never using it, because it makes the beginning of the game trivial, and then afterwards it's worthless. So what is even the point? The only reason, like, that's one of the reasons I, like, stopped pre-ordering anything. I'm just like, whatever, dude. Like, fuck it. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like, because that in itself became a thing. If it's something where you pre-order it and a statuette comes with it, like, of, I don't know, I'm just gonna pick something out of nowhere. Tifa with her butt in the air and like there's a Buster sword behind her. Okay, and I really want that fucking Tifa statue. Fine. Okay, you know, but like all these in-game things are fucking ridiculous anyways.
Yeah.
And frankly, the only people who pick up these fucking Twitch drops are people who already have Amazon Prime. So again, this is free shit, man. This is like going to a buffet and being like, these mashed potatoes aren't up to my standards. You're at a buffet, bruv. Like, yes.
Yeah.
The mashed potatoes aren't going to be fucking fresh with cream and sour cream and butter. Like, there might not even be gravy. Like,
they're going to be from a pouch that you just add water to, and then boom, there you go.
Don't bitch. Like, it was $4 to get you in the door. Shut the fuck up. Like,
exactly.
By the way, I had like fucking like 6 people in here, and as soon as I was like, "Fuck you, gamers, you bunch of shitlords," and like, poof, right to the fucking ground again.
That's okay.
People don't want to hear it, but like, it's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck, like, privileged are we that we are bitching about free stuff?
Oh yeah, I know.
Ugh,
Yep.
sickens me. I almost made it worse. You all sicken me. All right. I don't actually mean that. I love you all, like, I really do, genuinely and dearly. But good God, stop bitching about free stuff, please.
Yeah.
All right, so Oh, okay. Let's see. I'm at like a 8 right now. Should we bitch about something so I go to a 9, or do we think we should back it down a smidge?
Oh, well, I was gonna say I've got like potentially 2 that are bitch worthy, and I've only got
Okay.
3 left.
Okay, well let me back it down a notch then. Let me back it down a notch. Then.
Okay.
All right. So, let's talk about Overwatch 2. Has anyone talked about Overwatch in 100 years? Has anyone talked about this?
Wait.
What?
Okay, fine. You can talk about Overwatch. This is a foam knife. It's not real. It's foam. Twitch, don't get angry at me.
This last fucking weekend, the Overwatch League, otherwise colloquial named the Owl League, had a qualifier match. The Overwatch League has been playing actually the betas for Overwatch 2. Saw that orb. I saw it. I so saw that. They had a match between the Florida Mayhem, let's go Mayhem, and the Paris Eternals. Don't think there's probably a lot of local Paris people here. And during that game, there was a usage of a Mei ice wall, Mei being the Chinese character who can make a wall appear from the ground.
Yep.
And why did my brain just go terrible? A teleporter from Symmetra. So basically, during this match, a guy named Checkmate, which is pretty funny for this particular situation, made a Mei ice wall on top of a building where ostensibly, the Symmetra then put a teleporter at the top of the ice wall and on the bottom of the ground. So they were just, the entire team could just teleport from the bottom of the ground up to this area where nobody had ever seen this before. And the Mayhem were just wrecking them because they were just spawning and falling all over this fucking team, like just over and over and over again. So, it basically led to a situation where there was a 20-minute tech pause by the Overwatch League, by Blizzard and the production team. And they came back and they said, that is illegal. Now, okay, let's here's the thing, right? It's a preliminary. It's in a game that's not even out.
It's not even, I would not even say it's beta.
Right,
That's
exactly.
how early it is still.
Legitimately. And like people have been ranking on it because it looks like just, I don't know, DLC for fucking Overwatch.
Yeah.
Anyways, the league comes back, they come back to stream, and they had made a ruling that was not fair and uncool, and they made them restart the whole match again.
Okay.
Are you kidding me? Like, seriously? You're gonna be that guy? Captain Petty? Like, you're the ones forcing this change to try to keep some interest in your game, by the way. Like, that you're switching your entire professional scene to this new game. You don't have rules about these things yet, because, and, by the way, just like to put this out there, that's on their brand new map, Circuit Royale, and there was no wait time. New map came out, it was in the Overwatch League. There's usually in professional esports, a new character, a new map comes out. They sit on the sidelines for like a month or two until
Before
they
they're
get
thrown
cleared,
Yep.
right, for professional play. You didn't even do that. So the fact that like they were such assholes to come back and penalize a team for this is like unbelievable. Now, I will sidebar this a little bit. I don't want to be one-sided on this, but fuck you, Blizzard. Riot has had problems with this with Valorant, where Valorant's a first-person attack shooter, and because each of the characters has abilities, sometimes there's just things that the map designers and the designers don't think of, but pros do. I think it adds an interesting element to pro play. Like, the reason that you watch pros, the reason I watch pros, I watch a lot of esports, is because I want to see strats that I, as a pleb, wouldn't think of. You know what I'm saying? So this really funny dude thinks of a strat where he gets a May wall on top of a fucking place where he's, I guess, supposed to not be, even though there's no ruling on that. And then they work it with another character, Symmetra, and then you get penalized for it. Boo.
Yeah.
Boo you, Blizzard. Yeah. Like, and again, it's a preliminary. It's fucking, the alpha of this. Like, I hate this fucking mentality that, like, Overwatch and even Riot, and I will say, like, there's been a couple of instances within Valorant where I've been like, wow, dude, so on the fly, you're taking a tech pause and then you're making a judgment right then and there. Lame. Dude, I feel like if pros figure out some strat that, like, you didn't know worked, that's on you.
Yep.
That shit flies for that match and whatever. And then in between the next, like, set of gameplay in your fucking professional esports, if somebody figured out how to kick a football 20 extra yards with just a different, like, foot position, they wouldn't go, hold on, we're going to pause the game and then make a ruling right this second on it. No, they would wait, the game would finish, and then they would make a conclusion. And then afterwards, if they felt a rule needed to be changed, that would be the rule going forward. Uh-huh. With esports, because it's so easy to be like, hit a tech pause, it just frustrates me. Yeah. Like, let fucking pros do pro things. Uh-huh. Like, if it does seem a little shisty, whatever. There was, last thing before I fucking let this go for a second. There was a jump with Jet, a character who can shoot up into the air, that she could make easier than other characters, but other characters could make it if it was basically a skill jump. And then they just went, all right, well, if you're playing Jet, it's illegal. And if you're not, it's fine. Like, how fucking arbitrary is this bullshit? You see what I'm saying?
That is just plain stupid at that point. Because it's like, okay, other characters can still make it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, the simple fact of, okay, this is the Overwatch League. I would say halfway through Overwatch's boom, the Overwatch League started going downhill already. Right. So why they're sitting here mid-match effectively going, hold it, pause, timeout, we need to now make a brand new rule for this thing that we've never seen before because we literally just got the map 2 minutes ago, so we're just gonna kind of like bend over and take it.
Right.
It's really shitty, and why they even played the map, for starters.
Also true. Also 100% true. But, like, so if I show up to a Street Fighter match, right? Like, let's say Street Fighter 6 comes out, and I figure out some combo string that no one else has ever figured out, is that on me? Or is that on everyone else for not understanding how to do it?
Yeah.
Especially when it's something as weird and fun as, like, dude, that's some galaxy brain shit. Like, they figured out how to do this.
Oh, yeah.
Like... Yeah. If you want to get rid of it later on, fine. Make the top of the building, like, unable to put a May wall there or whatever. Like, there's a million and one ways you could have fucking done this. It just sucks to be so into esports and have all these little, like, niggles come up, right? Because a lot of little issues end up being one big issue when you mentally put them all together.
Yeah.
And it makes us look like unprofessional assholes. Frankly.
Yeah. Especially considering the simple fact of, okay, the next prelim battle match, whatever you want to call it, that Overwatch League does, people are going to remember, oh yeah, remember last one where they literally just paused the match and been like, oh, new rule, you can't do that. Haha, fuck off.
Right.
People are going to begin to expect, okay, I can only play the game this way. And if I think of another way to play it, I'm gonna get penalized for it. And it's
so it was so bad that the highest ranking emote that came from Twitter this weekend with the Overwatch 2 tag, clown emote.
Yep. Yeah. I can see that.
Good luck for your new game.
Yeah.
Good luck for your new game. I have zero faith in fucking Overwatch 2.
Oh yeah.
And by the way, I was wrong. it's not a deathmatch mode. The new one is a big robot who pushes like a concrete block. So I was wrong on that. We talked about it like 2 weeks ago. So I wanted to call myself out and say that I was wrong.
Okay.
That it's not a deathmatch. It's just a big dumb robot that can be pushed and pulled on both directions.
So effectively, it's payload, except it can go both directions.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I'm not even giving him that. I'm gonna go. Nice, good job, guys.
Yeah.
Thinking outside the box.
Yeah. Ooh. So exciting.
Anyways, just wanted to bring that up because that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. Don't think any other game has ever come up with a game type where you push a payload and it can go two directions. Oh wait, yeah, that's right. Team Fortress 2. They have that mode. Wow, shocking.
A game from like 1997.
Yeah, that's the sad part of it.
But I just wanted to level the playing field and be transparent that I was wrong.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Okay, I'm gonna go with the non-possible debate one here, just to I don't.
We got 20 minutes.
Yeah, well, I don't even want to get to them. That's the thing. But they are news, and they are newsworthy kind of a thing, unfortunately.
All right.
Fuck it. No, I'm gonna go with it. Gonna go with the lesser of the two, hopefully.
Is it gonna be the Xbox thing?
PAX East.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. PAX East, for those of you who aren't aware, just recently happened. However, this is not necessarily a yay, conventions are back, let's all go party and have fun and group together in small buildings with no caution or care in the world.
Look at every doorknob in there.
Yeah. This is not one of those stories. This is a story of PAX East just recently happened, and they're part of the people, the group, the name of the people that make the show run are called enforcers. Why they chose enforcers, I don't know. I'm not even going to get into that part of it.
Probably shouldn't be called stormtroopers at that point.
Yeah, really. But basically, there was a enforcer who has been very, very helpful in running PAX East. I don't know if it's PAX East or just PAX in general. Year after year since 2014. Goes by the name of Dawn D-Star, was her like name in the enforcer circles.
Yeah.
Wood. She unfortunately passed away literally like days after PAX East from COVID.
Yep.
I have been saying this not on stream for the entire damn time of COVID. Even when everybody else is sitting here going, hey, we don't need fill in the blank, masks, vaccines, whatever you want to say. No, you still do. This is a disease that will kill you if you let it. And as much as I hate to say this, a comedian, in my opinion, put it best as far as with vaccines. If you're anti-vaccine, you're pro-disease. Whether you acknowledge that whatever that vaccine is against, you're either pro-vaccine or pro-disease. And in some cases, if you're pro-disease, you want people to die from it. And for humanity, it's not a good look.
I agree, but I don't really want to talk about this.
Yeah, I know. This and the other topic that I have, I don't want to talk about them, but
hey, let me do my thing.
Yeah.
Let me do my thing.
Go for it.
Do my thing. Okay. So, Gotham Knights. Do you remember that game?
Gotham Knights. Sounds familiar. Doesn't fully ring a bell though. But go on.
It's the fourth game in the Batman. Well, I guess it would be the fifth game now in the Batman one. Agreed. It's the multiplayer Batman game where you get to play all the Bat family.
Oh, okay.
You can be Nightwing, you can be fucking Red Hood, you can be Robin, you can be the far superior Dick. Sorry, Nightwing's the best. But anyways, I digress. They made a beautiful fucking decision this week. They are not making last gen versions of it. They have been kind of mired in this cycle of development hell for a while, because how do you make like anything with like Night Stalkery, Batman shit where you're on the like and then taking goons down and stuff? So they've been having a real hard time developing this game. This is something I can genuinely applaud. Like, dude, good stuff. If your development is going rough, drop. This is exactly what we said about 2077. Dude, if you're producing too many consoles, like, right, you have to have one on every single one on the fucking toaster DS and like one that goes like, this is the problem where fucking development gets really fucked. So they came out and they said today in a presser, they said, you know what? I'm sorry. If you have an Xbox One or a PS4, we're just not doing it. We're just not. We're going to focus on the current gen, as much as I hate that fucking term that PS5 and fucking Xbox One X is now current gen, and PC. But I appreciate the actual logic here, right?
Yeah.
There's been a bunch of money wasted trying to like get some subpar ass version out. And because when you're making a game, you always have to shoot for the lowest common denominator and then try to like raise the rest of your game higher. It's just not a good idea. Like, so as somebody who was kind of looking forward to, dude, a 4-player fucking, like, I get to play Dick Grayson and you get to play fucking Red Hood and fucking, Ashley gets to play fucking Batgirl or fucking Red Hood. Like, dude, in there, like, that makes so much sense to me. Like, don't squander money, don't squander resources, just let it go. So I just wanted to bring that up. I think that's really cool. I think that's very forward thinking. I wish more companies would have the balls basically to go, fuck it. You know what? We may see less sales, but the product will be better.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. Exactly. And yeah, I'm right there with you as far as saying current gen is PS5 and like that. It's like, no, with how shitty supply has been, especially supply, I would be like, no, that's still next gen, I would say.
Switch is still outselling both those consoles.
Yep.
Switch, even with their chip shortage, they are still outselling them. Like, let's back it down a notch. But again, we went through a little weird turmoil time, so I get it.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. All right. Do you want to talk about how Xbox is done for a second?
Oh God.
This is, dude, coming from an Xbox kid, like, I'm gonna be able to talk about this totally fine.
Yeah,
you didn't marry the system, people.
Yeah, exactly.
You didn't marry them.
Exactly.
You didn't marry them. They're not gonna take half your things if you switch to one or the other or another, or if you're gonna have multiple. If you're gonna be polyamorous, Sony doesn't give a shit. Like, Nintendo doesn't give a shit. Like, they just want your money. So, over the weekend, starting on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and into partially Monday, Xbox was having a huge issue online where everything was coming up that it could not be played or even purchased because of, drumroll please, DRM, where you had to be online, is what DRM is. And their response was hilarious. So as we all know, the last generation, they said, nope, you don't have to be online. You can play things, whatever. It's totally fine. But somewhere in the back end, there is still checks for if you're online for a bunch of titles. And by a bunch, I mean a bunch. So basically this entire weekend, you couldn't do shit, even in an offline game, because there is some sort of DRM check that happens, even if it's fucking instantaneously. The Xbox was like, nope, you don't own that game. Sorry, can't do it. So that's super fucking bad and lame. they then fucking tried to do what all companies do, and they went, "Oh no. That must be on each game individually." Because here's the thing: companies can still make DRM stuff, right?
Right.
Right. So, a YouTube channel and Twitch dude slash I guess company went online, and they basically went, okay, so we're gonna go look, and yeah, no, that wasn't the case. They were checking on PlayStation 5, they were checking on PlayStation 4. All those games were working perfectly fine on those other platforms. The only one that All Games Play found was and brace yourself, you might have to like hold your seat. It was Call of Duty was the only one that still was fucking up on PlayStation and PC. Shocking absolutely no one. But everything else was working perfectly fine. So like Microsoft was like scrambling to find an answer, and they were like, no, companies, this is about the companies. It's certainly not about us. No, it was totally you. Like, it was totally you, and you lied about it. What? You got thoughts already?
More burn than thought.
Okay.
So the Call of Duty game was still fucking up on the other platforms, so it was working as intended.
Yes. Yes. Right. Exactly.
Okay, good.
Yeah. And Does It Play literally went and did an expose about it and was like, yeah, no, that's not true. Like, like literally it took us like 20 minutes to load up all these games and just go, nope, still working. Nope, that's still working. Nope, that's still working. Up, COD. Well, we all kind of saw that coming, right?
Yeah, that's
but
working. That's actually working secretly.
no, it certainly wasn't, because Activision. Also, Activision lied about it too. Fantastic. But like, it brings back the fucking argument that people were having in fucking whatever 2014 when the Xbox One or Xbox One was announced,
Mhm.
and it was like, why do we need these fucking, oh, okay, well, it's got to check in once a day. Oh, it's got to check in every single day, every time you turn it on. Like, DRM is stupid.
Mhm.
Like, if you have purchased something online or off, okay, if you're not online, you should still be able to play it offline. If it has offline features, you should be able to play that shit.
Oh yeah.
People are fucking pissed off right now. Like,
yeah.
a whole bunch of people. Which, it feels bad for me, like, in particular, because I'm like, dude, Game Pass is so fucking good. And it is. Game Pass is so fucking good. But when I see shit like this, I'm like, Microsoft, come on. Like, what are you doing, dude? I'm trying to champion here. Like, I'm trying to help you out. Like, this just looks like you're a bunch of fucking a-holes. Like, so, I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, Dragon, how you doing?
It definitely is something that they not only got egg on their face, but they got the hens, they got a couple of goats,
A
cows.
couple of cocks. They're just like writing dickhead on their face with the front of a cock. It's just terrible.
Yeah.
Just terrible.
Mhm.
What a bunch of fucking morons.
I was half tempted to expect when you said guess what Microsoft's reply was, thinking back to when they were pitching the Xbox One. Oh, you just be online. It's like,
right. Well, what if I live in fucking Nebraska, or if I'm in the military and I'm deployed out of the country? Like, they just are like assuming that everyone's got like online,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, right, exactly. Like,
Bad assumptions.
Like, God, why, you bunch of fuckheads?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, all right. So we got 10 minutes. I want to talk about this very badly.
Okay.
And I saved this specifically for last because I really want to theory craft with us in chat, and I really want to theory craft with you, obviously. Okay. So, today a leak happened by Stephanie McMahon. Do you know who Stephanie McMahon is?
Yeah.
Oops, on our orb. Right there, so big, went on forever. Stephanie McMahon is the daughter of Vince McMahon, who they're the McMahon family. They've owned WWF and WWE for hundreds of years at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So this is very interesting.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna read the direct quote. We continue to see strength in the performance of our mobile games with 2K and Scopely and Supercards and Champions. And recently, we signed a new deal in the role-playing game space that will be soon announced. Please tell me you have interest in this conversation because I like my brain has been like freaking out for like 4 hours about this.
I'm puzzled.
Can't leave me hanging. Cannot.
Like hearing all of this, it's like, okay, fine. Company wants to buy, like, get into this genre. Cool. This is the company owners. Brain melting out my ear.
So
it's kind of like, wait, huh? No.
So the first thing I went to is, oh my god, dude, how awesome would it be if the WWE made a JRPG and you played like fucking your like cast and crew was the Undertaker and fucking like all these WWE legends. Like I don't even care if it was turn based, and you get to like fucking like stunner fucking dudes like as like Stone Cold, or tell them what like so can I see what the Rock is cooking, and that like buffs your group. Like okay, that was the first thing I thought of. Because, dude, I am like, the idea of a WWE RPG has so many legs. Is it going to be like a Western RPG where you're like free to walk around, like a Oblivion kind of thing? Or shit, is it going to be an MMO where I can like literally live the life of like a random WWE star? Like this is just so weird. Like I my mind is fucking like firing on all cylinders. I no longer think I have smooth brain. I think I have raisin brain thinking about this. Also, raisin brain would be a fucking awesome name for a cereal. My donor died. Oh, come on, dude. Seriously? Really? You don't like talk about this? The idea sounds like ass. Why? If you took it in a fun, no, that's totally fine, Blue. You're more than welcome to have your own opinions. I'm just thinking, if you took this in a weird direction with an interesting scope, yeah, like right, exactly. Yes to everything. Like, yep, JRPG, fantastic. A fucking MMO. What the hell does that even look like? Like, I think that like I just want to have this conversation because it's all theory craft at this point. Now, when inevitably Blue is correct and we all get let down because it's some terrible, because what makes me think it's gonna be terrible, they were talking directly about mobile development. Right? That was literally like Stephanie McMahon literally was saying, here's our mobile company, here's our mobile company, here's our mobile company that we're working with. But she did also mention 2K, which is not their mobile division. Dude, I don't know, man. Like, this sounds fucking hilarious to me. Like, am I the only person who likes fun in the world anymore? Like, seriously?
No. I'm finding this topic interesting, but at the same point in time, like I'm thinking back to now. Granted, this was like the early days of wrestling video games.
Okay.
They were horrendously inconsistent for control scheme to control scheme to control scheme to control scheme. They, like, you could do one thing in one game, and next thing you know, what was a like 3-button combo was now a 75-button combo to throw a punch.
Not that bad,
and it's like, what the actual fuck?
A smidge of hyperbole there, by the way.
Still. Like the control schemes were so wild as far as what they were. Not to mention the just sheer nightmare fuel of shit not rendering properly, which seemed to be every single game.
Dude, if a fucking WWE MMO comes out, expect that for the next 4 weeks on this show, every story that comes out about it, I'm going to bring up and we are going to lambast the fuck out of it. It is going to be free content for us. That is a hilarious idea. Think about GTA Online, but it's a bunch of like Undertakers and Yokozunas and fucking like, do you see what I'm saying? Do you see like,
yeah.
I'm a big picture kind of guy. I'm a designer. So like, I just go to like the funniest shit that could possibly come out of this. Like, and maybe we do get something good out of it, right? Like maybe we do. But in all honesty, have you seen everyone likes the Undertaker, baby. Come on, hell yeah. like I think that like just and I'm also a Rey Mysterio guy. Come on, man, that high flying shit that was so good. Lucha Libre for life. Anyways, what?
WWE plus RPG plus Unreal 5 plus VR.
Dude, I'm in there. Like I am so in there. You get to go to the bar afterwards and take barbiturates, like, you know what I'm saying, with Randy the Macho Man Savage. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, we could make the funniest fucking craziest game ever with this fucking concept. Like, and I have never thought to myself, WWE should really move into an RPG space. Like, dude, holy shit, this is hilarious. This is Shaq Fu level of kind of bizarrely terrible.
Yes.
Like, this could be awesome, but more than likely, it's gonna be a fucking dumpster fire, and we're gonna get to watch it. Like, I'm so excited.
The one thing I will say, though, that they did do in previous games, which actually was good, the character customization, like the make your own character.
Of course, right?
I'll admit they did actually really well.
So what if the RPG is focused on that? You make your own dude, and it's you climbing up through the fucking light ranks to the feather ranks to the fucking all the way to the belt. Dude, there is lots of ideas here. This is fertile ground that the WWE has never touched.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there is a lot of fucking, I don't want to say promise, but like there's a lot of hilarity that could be here.
There's a lot of hope.
yeah. If they want to hire me and like make something fucking actually rad, that'd be very different. But like, I just think that, like, there's some really, like, what if it was cell shaded at what?
I'm just waiting for what you were gonna say.
Like, what if it was cell shaded, and what if it was more akin to the arcade games, right? Like, where you could like make your arm all huge when you were doing lariats, and like, I don't know. Like, my mind is like on fire with this idea. Like, I think that would be so fun. Like, what if it's like you have to fight your way through all the generations, starting all the way back from the 80s, and then all the way through the 90s, all the way through the 2000s. Like, dude, that would be rad. Like, there is so many cool ideas here. Now, are they gonna recognize them and find like what the, like, tits shit is? I don't know. Probably not. Like, but that doesn't dissuade the point that there are good ideas here.
Yes.
There can be good ideas here.
Yeah.
Like,
how well they implement them and execute them, that's a whole nother issue.
Right.
But yeah, it definitely is something interesting to potentially look forward to. Or
I just
at the very least, kind of keep a finger on and see what the pulse about it is.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna be watching this because, honest to God, I like Alex Quino Brain. Probably got a fucking like 90% chance this is gonna be fucking bad. Like 90% chance, maybe 95. Honestly, undateable. But I still think that there is this 5% chance that they go. Dude, how funny would like a Pokemon fucking spin-off of, right? Where like you have to like literally get two wrestlers down to a low point and then you peg them with a fucking like ball and then they go in it. Come on, dude. There is so many funny ideas. What about like a fucking like a Pokemon Snap thing where like you gotta go through the arena and like pick out like funny dudes to like power up like your dude. Like, there's a million ideas here. I want to have this conversation is all I'm saying. All right. Well, good. I've bored the tits off of everyone now.
Like you said, yes, there are tons of ideas and tons of directions this can all go in. I'm just curious as to, can they find and actually stay with a idea, implement that, and execute it, even in a half-decent manner?
I don't know.
It'll be interesting to see how this unfolds. I will say that.
I'm hyped to see, no matter what way this plays out, I'm hyped to see it. I don't care. Like, I'm just like, even if it was like a clicker RPG, like that shitty one Squaresoft did, where you like fucking you just do all the fucking like different champions of all the like different Final Fantasy games, and it sucks anus and everyone hates it.
Yeah.
Like, even that, like I just want to see it. Like I just want to see where this goes. Like I'm interested. I was hyped about it. I wanted to have this conversation. I'm sorry I bummed everyone out with this fucking conversation of me going, blah, blah, blah. But like, fuck you guys. That's why you come here, right? You listen to a fucking lunatic say a bunch of lunatic shit.
Yeah. I mean, hey, that's why we're all here, right?
Pretty much right. All right. I'm gonna go say goodbye and then say goodbye to you.
One last quick thing.
Oh God, please don't be a bummer drummer. I can't end.
No, this is kind of kind of funny.
Okay.
But we'll let each individual judge for that. Twitch, our fun, lovely overlords. They had a big streamer by the name of Sakanyo or Sakuno. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. Of course, he's not on the platform anymore because apparently, in a new like contract or something with that he negotiated with Twitch, they misspelled his tag name. They got his legal name correct, but like how I have Granix and then Alex has Cool Von Rad, they misspelled his name there, his handle, and apparently his ego is so big, he was like, table flip, I'm done, bye Twitch.
I mean,
literally, he was just like, fuck it, I'm gone.
To be fair, I think that's kind of a fucking what we call big dick energy move. Like, dude, fuck that. Like, dude, if they can't even get your fucking goddamn handle right, come on. And not only that, this monstrous ass fucking company, I'm not backing them up for anything. Eat shit. Good for you, dude. Like,
yeah.
And he moved to fucking YouTube, and he got most of his following to come with him. Whatever. Fuck him. Like, fuck him.
The thing that's funny is he even is quoted as sitting here saying, though, maybe I have too big of an ego or something, but I was shocked. I was, let's see here, that jumped too far. When he looked at the email, he was like, I legit thought I was getting scammed. I was afraid to click on this email because I was like, am I gonna get a virus? And it's like, well, okay, for starters, as far as emails go from Twitch, I have them go to a account that literally is there for Twitch, and that's it, nothing else, and that then forwards it to one that I check regularly. So
I don't.
Well, the thing being, it only forwards the ones coming from Twitch. So everything else that goes in there doesn't matter. It's
vetted.
It can get straight thrown into the garbage. It's gone.
Right.
It doesn't matter. So I just find it a little funny that he got so upset out over just that he was like, nope, fuck it, table flip, rage quit, I'm out.
As a dude who is a smidge of a maniac, I see what he's saying. Now, maybe not so much like is not making a virus thing, but now fuck that, dude. If they put me down as Cool Van Rad, I'd be like, eat shit, Twitch. Like, now, granted, I also do things for hilarity's sake a lot of times, so
yeah,
a little bit different. But like, I don't know. I don't think it's that big a deal. I think it's funny, and it does show the level of like bullshit robot shit that happens in Twitch.
Oh yeah.
It somewhere got like some human had typed it in, I'm assuming at some point, and that's why it got and then it just went through all the other, okay, that's it. And now it goes through all these things. Like, dude, this is an automaton. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is a robot. Like, it's there's barely no people involved anymore. So, I don't know. Fuck you, robots. Like, one more year for humans.
Right. But at the same point in time, you know how it was misspelled?
Yep.
It was a U instead of a Y. Now do me a favor. Look down at your keyboard. Where's the U and the Y keys?
Yeah. Right. So
someone fat-fingered.
Right.
And this guy was like, oh, I'm so big, I'm just going to table flip rage quit right now and not sit there and be like, hey, Twitch, even though the ink's not dry or I haven't even signed it yet, you misspelled my name. You're going to take the low road and just be like, table flip, rage quit, fuck you, I'm gone. Like,
I like the anarchy of it, like, and I like that he's like, "Fuck it, I'm not signing this contract." Like, I don't know. It just it plays right. Like, you're a very much more safe kind of person, right? Like,
Right.
you're a very.
Yeah.
I'm much more chaotic good. Like, you
Oh,
know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, so, and if mine was misspelled, it would be obviously very wrong, right? O and A, for an example, very far away from the keyboard. But
Yeah.
you are right. I didn't even think about that. And I mean, it clearly was a fat finger issue.
Yeah.
But I still support that dude. Fuck that. Fuck my security. I'm just gonna do something insane and switch total platforms. Like, I don't know. It's kind of funny.
Well, I mean, that's what he did. He said, fuck Twitch, and he's over to YouTube
He's
now.
on YouTube, yeah. Yep.
And the funny thing is the simple fact of being that they were redoing their partner structure entirely in the next, like, couple of months.
Right. He could have gotten out when the getting was good for all we know.
Well, especially considering the simple fact... Oh, that or he could have gotten out worse.
Sure.
Because rumor has it that they're sitting here going to allow partners to multi-stream.
Yeah.
So he could have sat there and said, fuck Twitch, I'm gone, go to YouTube, and then find out, oh, hey, I could have streamed to both. And got money from both.
Yeah.
Well, I just cut my revenue in half.
Renegade for life.
Yeah, oh well.
All right, let's go say goodbye, and then
Yep.
I will talk to you in a second.
Yep, sounds good.
Bye, Rich's stream.
Bye, Alex's stream. But yes, that is it for tonight, guys. We've made it through episode 42 of the Smarter Than AI talk show. If you liked all the hilarity antics that go on tonight, guess what? I archived them, so you can go check out past episodes as well. If you don't want to go check them out right now, don't worry, they're in the VODs. You can very easily pull them up on my channel and check them all out. Also, we do this every week, Tuesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We do it for about 2 hours, talk video games, give our opinions, drink beer, bullshit, all sorts of fun things like that. On top of that, all May long, I am doing a charity fundraising for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Again, Black Eyes, thank you for that $33.33 donation to that. That is awesome. We're now over $150 for this month. Well, so far, I should say. As soon as we hit $200, we then are eating, well, I am eating the level 1 Death Nut, which is Carolina Reaper and Distill Pepper seasoning. Yay, fun. Also, as far as other things going on, I usually stream just about every day, except for Thursdays. Things may change up. I stream a variety of things. Currently, I'm doing some Monster Sanctuary. I do also have slated during this month some Dark Souls remastered randomizer. So I think I'm gonna do an item randomizer. Maybe do a boss randomizer. I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get there. But we have to get there first. I also do speedrunning of games as well. Not a huge library of speedrunning games just yet, but I do like speedrunning, and be it watching speedrunning or doing speedrunning myself. So there's more of that coming in the future as well, along with, apparently with my husband tickling me, or at least trying to. He just likes to get under my skin. But that is all for me tonight, and for Alex as well. Blue, bye. Black Eyes, good stuff, man. Yes, thank you all for being here. I appreciate it a bunch. Alex appreciates it a bunch too, as well as St. Jude. But till next time, guys, I should be back tomorrow, more than likely. More Monster Sanctuary. I'm loving that game so far. Love the well, a lot of it. Metroidvania and Pokemon. What can't you love about it? But I will catch you all later. I hope you have a good one, and hopefully see you tomorrow. Should be more than likely I'll be going live tomorrow about 7:30. You can always follow on Twitter and join the Discord as well, because I announce when I'm going live every time I go live. So there's that. Till then, though, guys, I will catch you all